I'm Kenneth McCoy, bartender and owner of Ward 3 in Tribeca, New York City. And today we're going to talk about bourbon. Bourbon by law is made in new American oak charred barrels, 51% corn, and that's part of the mash bill. It could be 25% rye, it could be 25% wheated, but it's got to be 51% corn to be called bourbon. And also it's got to be made in America. It obviously started out as moonshine that we all know, but then someone decided to put it in a barrel, and you age it for a minimum of 2 years, and that would make it straight bourbon. And it is put in the bottle at 80 proof. We're also going to talk about how to make some classic bourbon cocktails. It's a great base spirit. You've got tastes of corn. Some people say popcorn. You've got a bit of spice to it, sort of wood taste to it, which is wonderful. So we're going to start out making two classic cocktails, the Manhattan and the Old Fashioned. And then we're going to go into making one of our signature cocktails here, which is called the Ward 3. So we're going to start with the Old Fashioned. Extremely popular drink, can be made with bourbon or rye, but today we're going to make it with bourbon. So we're going to start out with some bitters, Angostura. We're going to use some orange bitters as well, some sugar, and we're going to use one of my favorite bourbons, which is Heaven Hill. Okay? So we're going to start with the Angostura. 2 to 3 dashes of that. We're going to use some orange bitters, Regan's, 2 to 3 dashes of that as well. Then we're going to take a splash of simple syrup, add that in there. Or if you're doing this at home, you can just take a sugar cube, put it in there, muddle it with the back of a spoon, and that'll be fine. And then we're going to take 2 ounces of bourbon, and we're going to add some ice to that. Always build your cocktail first without the ice. This way you can actually see how much is in it. We're going to take a bar spoon, give it a good stir. And we're going to garnish that with an orange twist. And there you have it. That's your bourbon Old Fashioned. So next we're going to do the Manhattan cocktail. 2 ounces of bourbon, and we're going to use some Dolan Sweet Vermouth. We're going to do 1 ounce of that. Add 3 dashes of Angostura bitters. We're going to add our ice. What the vermouth does, especially this Dolan, which is a light, sweet vermouth, it just balances out the cocktail, and then you add the bitters, it gives it a little bit of a spice to it, which is quite nice. Put that right in there, and we're going to garnish this with a brandy cherry. Delicious Manhattan cocktail. Next up, we are going to be making our signature cocktail here at Ward 3, called the Ward 3. We're going to do 2 ounces bourbon. We're going to give it a squeeze of some strawberry puree, or you can use fresh strawberries, which we do, but we put them through a processor. This way you can just muddle them at home. We're going to use a couple of dashes of Angostura bitters. We use 3/4 of an ounce of simple syrup, and 3/4 of an ounce of lime juice. Put that egg white in there, just 1 egg. And with egg white, you really gotta shake the cocktail. So if you're making this at home, you might wanna shake it first without the ice, then add the ice next, and then shake it again, okay? We're gonna give this a real hard shake. Now, the egg white doesn't give it any taste at all. People get a little freaked out about this. All it does is just froth it. That's all it does. We're gonna put a little strawberry on there. Voila, Ward 3 cocktail. Thanks so much for watching and talking about bourbon. We love bourbon here at Ward 3. And we hope you enjoy these cocktails.